Yes, she formed a sisterhood with Destiny's Child, and as a daughter, she's learned forgiveness. Now she's sharing the story, you guys, I literally was tearing up reading it, of working moms like herself with her new children's book, Always With You, Always With Me. Kelly Rowland joins us live.
Yes.
Hi. Welcome. I just want to really, I feel so seen and heard as a working mom with this book. It's phenomenal. Yes. You had me in tears. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
No problem. No problem. Shout out to all the busy, time-sacrificing working moms out there. I think we are superheroes.
Amen.
Definitely. Absolutely.
Me, myself, and my co-author, Jessica McKay, we just saw a space in the market for a book like this. And Toni Morrison said, if there's a book that you want to read, write it. And so we did. This is a ode to all the moms out there who I know experience the same emotions I do, but most books focus on the emotions of the kids. And I think the kids sometimes forget that we feel those same emotions too, of missing them.
Amen.
Well, Kelly, I feel like we've all followed you on your journey to becoming a mom, but shortly after you did, you reconnected with your father after 30 years. And you said that Jay-Z played a role in that. Can you tell us how that happened?
Well, I'd been, really wanting to reconnect with my dad. And the truth is that my husband had asked me about it, if I wanted to connect, and it had to be on my terms. But I also had to take this moment where I asked myself, if he said yes, and if he said no, I had to be okay with that. And so getting to that okay was really tough. And when I did, I was like, I'm going to meet him. And then I met him, and all these emotions came up. And next thing I knew, I was talking to my family about it, and they were just counseling me in the most beautiful, supportive way. And they were like, what are you going to do? It's love. You going to jump or not? So, yeah.
Wow.
So I heard that Jay-Z actually gave you some advice about that, and I wanted you to clarify that.
Yes, he said to jump. It's love. It's a risk that you take, period.
Beautiful. There is a rumor that's always come up and about, and it's always made me uncomfortable for you, because people suspected that Matthew Knowles was your father because you grew up with Beyonce. And your father was not in the picture. I want you to put this to bed, please, so our viewers, other people can stop writing about it. Now's your opportunity.
I mean, it was put to bed. It was put to bed when I reconnected with my father. I think that I put it to bed several times. I think that, just being in the entertainment world, people will run with whatever, it is that is entertaining at that time for them. But I mean, since that time, I'm so grateful. Matthew has sent me a note and said how happy he was for me that I've reconnected with my dad. And, like I said, the rest of my family is. So it's really beautiful that I get this opportunity to share this time and this experience with them. You learn forgiveness in so many ways, and this was definitely a big one.
Absolutely. Well, obviously you are a star, but we are like the biggest star there is, for real. But we're getting to know you as a mom. And full disclosure, I wrote a children's book about my youngest son. He is on the spectrum, and I know that I wrote my book to feel closer to them. And I just really appreciate it, and wouldn't even look at your book that's next to me, next to Sam, because I was already starting to tear up during the break. Your children's book, Always With You, Always With Me, for parents like us all here on this panel, we just miss our kids so much, and we really appreciate this. So can you talk to us about why, what were you feeling when you wrote this book?
Absolutely. Well, one, Jessica McKay, my co-author, like I said, we were sitting down talking. Our sons are the reason that we met, by the way. And she'd written like 4 or 5 children's books and didn't know what to do with them. I said, well, I've never written a children's book, but we can figure it out together. And so at that time, I was actually traveling back and forth from Australia to LA a lot because I was doing the voiceover there. Every time I would get in the car, it would be just big old alligator crocodile tears just streaming down my face, because it's this really incredible bonding time that you share with your kids, that when it's time to go, it's like, oh man, I'm having fun. You know what I mean? And they feel the same way.
Right.
And especially after COVID, think about how much time we spent with our kids, and we're going back to work, they're back in school. These are big feelings that they're dealing with, but we're dealing with as well. So
absolutely.
Yeah. Those are beautiful pictures, by the way, that we just showed. Yeah. Can you share how giving birth to your first son, you said he actually saved your life. What else were you dealing with during that time?
Well, the three weeks after I had my son, I lost my mom. Oh. So it was a really tough time. But because his name is Titan, because he looked at me with these big, beautiful eyes, because I knew that that moment was bigger than me, I actually he gave me strength. He really did. And I think that our kids are like the keys to the secrets of our future and telling us what we can do. Titan has made me stronger, smarter, because I actually want him to think better and bigger and bolder than me. You know, so I always think about the fact that they hold the keys to your future in this really incredible way.
That's beautiful.
How often do people just start tearing up when they talk to you?
I've been, like,
You have
not
made all
talking
of us
over
on the
here.
panel for one reason or another.
I'm like, I want to promote someone.
Yes, I'm like, oh my gosh, that was just your.
Dude, that was really beautiful. I was thinking about my kids, and I was like,
I was
dang,
thinking about
Kelly.
my mom. I'm like, oh my gosh.
But
Okay.
it's true. But
is.
it's true. Think about it. Like, there were things that I would be afraid of, but I look into their eyes and I'm like, gosh, I'm so happy I had you, because I don't know if I could do it if you weren't here. Because it could be a dream, like something that you see. And someone says, you know, if your dreams don't scare you, like, you're not dreaming big enough. I'm dreaming so crazy right now. And I literally have to see it through, because I think about how I want them to execute it and trust themselves. And I'm like, I got to practice what I preach.
Yep.
So,
You're modeling that behavior for them, and you're doing it so well. Thank you so much, Kelly, for joining us. DBL Nation, you got to pick up this
Thank y'all
book.
for having me.
What a breath of fresh air. You're such a big star and so down to earth. I watch on other shows, our show. You're amazing.
Thank you, Kelly. And
Thank
for
you.
all of you
Thank
out there,
you.
you need to get this book. It's called Always With You, Always With Me.
Right.
Get it today. We'll be right back.
Get yourself a good
Kelly.
cry.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Somebody get a tissue.
Yeah.
What is going on?